Born in April 18, 1980 blank. I came from a Catholic grade school where nuns teach the image of Jesus. So you couldn't have blamed me for building a static image like that one you see there. A facade of a great teacher and an inspirational leader who happened to be God at the same time. I've even had a face for him. Yeah, much like that face over there, cool, calm, and collected, good-looking white guy, which doesn't make sense based on where he actually lived 2,000 years ago. Yeah, so that was my image of Jesus. At the same time, though, Jesus, of all the facts that Derms just gave a while ago, attributes and characteristics, he is not about himself. I felt that my life, his word and I felt that Jesus' life, his word and his death was meant to be dynamic, not the static image like what we see there. I felt that it was for me, that his life was for me to redeem me, to personally call me on the most opportune of times. I remember the first day of college. To those who aren't familiar, the college in Philippines works so much exactly like an American high school, more than a college here. I was in a brand new environment and met new friends. I was lost because I didn't know anyone. I was put in a class where half of my classmates so happened to be members of YFC from their own neighborhoods. That's Youth for Christ. Eventually, they pulled me in because the force was too strong with them. You know, I just got suckered into what they were doing. Yeah, that's one example. Another example is a couple of years ago, as a member of SFC, I had learned some things about Christ, you know, at that point, but never put it in practice. You know, I've gone through all the talks, just like you guys. But one fateful day, they asked me to lead my very first discussion group to the CLP, to a CLP, something like this. I was very scared, and it proved to be, an unforgettable and invaluable experience, because I relearned all the thoughts in a very different light. Whatever I learned about Christ, I was reinforced and was seen through different people, because I had to discuss the thoughts with the different people. Now, there are different people in my life who I should mention. Back in high school, I befriended a roommate of mine who may not have Christ-like potential when I met him, but you know, I got into the same sports, played the same sports, same video games, and later I got suckered into his strong faith after college. In that same school, high school, there was a classmate of mine who used to be a jerk and a teacher's pet, who later on I will meet again in the future here in the States, and proved to be pivotal in my life when we, you know, did Bible studies together. I feel almost that I'm indebted to him for my life. Also, I've been blessed to have spoken with a lot of priests. I always feel special talking to people who left their own nets and followed God, just like that picture of the fisherman. All right, a couple more people. My grandma, who shows so much love and loyalty to her 10 children, especially the ones who are most. She has 10 children. especially the ones who are most struggling in their life. She made sure that she gave the most love and attention, especially to those who have it worst. That reminds me of in my grandma. My grandma reminds me of the Beatitudes. Lucky are those who are unlucky. And I used to have, well, of course, I have my YFC leaders, my leaders here in SFC, who I used to feel that they were annoying whenever they remind me to attend functions. They were tireless and persistent, and they are Christ's helper to my life. And maybe lastly, my parents, who I sometimes loathe, but I know loves me unconditionally. Just like a mini version of how God loves us unconditionally through that guy over there. I can recall most the time I got into a car accident back in 2004, when they dropped everything that they were doing and just went by my side through the entire time. I realized that during that time that I felt so ashamed that our relationship was where I used to not care, when I was younger. Now, I've always seen that Jesus has always been giving me a door through all these people I mentioned. There always seems to be an activity, a person, a situation, an event, circumstance in which Jesus keeps inviting me back during my highs and especially my lows. And that is why, to me, if someone asks me who Jesus is, to me, Jesus is a relentless pursuer in my life. He scattered my life with lots of opportunities. Which is why, if you ever ask me to lead a prayer, you'll most likely hear my favorite prayer word, opportunity, thanking Him for all the opportunities. Because He keeps calling and calling me. He keeps calling me using different people. So, just to end my sharing, opportunity is my word. My message, maybe for you, brothers and sisters, please consider this an opportunity. I hope you use this one, where I assure you, if you use this one, later on you will become walking and breathing opportunities for other people. But even if you don't, expect Jesus to still pursue you like He pursued me my entire life. Many, many more times. In one medium or another. Just like He did to me. He will find you, I don't know why I wrote this. He will find you like Liam Neeson in the movie Taken. But in a loving way. Instead of killing you, He will give you life. And so praise God for you being here. Thanks for taking your time. May God be praised, and I give you back to normal programming.